Welcome to the channel The Coins ERA, where we dive deep into the hidden treasures lurking in your pocket change, the kind that could turn an ordinary day into a life-altering windfall. Imagine sifting through a dusty old jar of coins passed down from your grandparents, your fingers brushing against something that looks utterly unremarkable, a simple quarter from the 1980s. But wait, what if that very coin held a secret so profound it could shatter records and make headlines around the world? Most folks would glance at it, shrug, and spend it on a soda without a second thought. Yet this one, minted in Philadelphia in 1984, isn't just any Washington quarter. It's a silent millionaire maker, whispering tales of minting mishaps and collector frenzy that hint at values soaring into the stratosphere. Values that could buy not just a house, but an entire estate. You've got to wonder, could something so small and everyday really command a fortune that rivals the net worth of celebrities? Oh, absolutely. And hold on to your seats because this 1984 P. Washington quarter has shattered expectations with a jaw-dropping auction record of $92 million. Yes, you heard that right. $92 million for a single coin that once jingled in someone's change purse. But don't click away just yet, folks, because if this mind-blowing reveal has your heart racing, stick around till the very end where we'll uncover even more astonishing rarities waiting in the wings. Coins from later years that build on this legacy with their own twisted tales of errors and fortunes. Imagine what secrets a 1995 edition might hold, ratcheting up the suspense with values that eclipse even this giant, leaving you questioning every quarter you've ever held. Now, let's peel back the layers on this 1984 P beauty, starting with the history that birthed it. Picture the United States Mint in Philadelphia back in 1984, a bustling hive of machinery and workers churning out millions of these quarters to commemorate George Washington, the father of our nation, with his stern profile gazing eternally to the left on the obverse, while the reverse proudly displays that majestic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbols of strength and peace that have graced quarters since 1932, but 1984 was a year of transition, folks, right smack in the middle of the Reagan era when the economy was booming, inflation was taming down, and the mint was producing over 1 billion of these clad coins, copper-nickel sandwiches that replaced silverback in '65 to cut costs. Yet in the rush of mass production, mistakes happen, don't they? And boy, did they ever with this one. Rumor has it, and collectors swear by the tales, that a die error crept in during a late-night shift, perhaps a double die where the hubbing process went awry, causing Washington's portrait to appear ghostly doubled, or maybe a struck-through error where grease or debris on the planchet left eerie voids in the design, making each afflicted coin a unique fingerprint of imperfection that turns the mundane into the magnificent. Why do collectors chase this like it's the Holy Grail? Well, it's the thrill of the hunt, the adrenaline rush of spotting that subtle anomaly under a loupe, the doubled lettering on Liberty, or a misplaced mint mark that screams rarity. And in a world where most 1984 P quarters fetch a mere 25 cents in circulation, finding one with these errors catapults its value into the thousands, tens of thousands, and in pristine MS-70 condition, straight into the millions, because scarcity is king here, with only a handful authenticated by PCGS or NGC as top-tier error coins. Let me spin you a yarn about old Mr. Harlan, a retired mechanic from Ohio who, back in 2012, was cleaning out his late father's attic and stumbled upon a roll of these quarters tucked in a shoebox. Unassuming, tarnished, but one caught his eye with its odd shimmer. He took it to a local coin shop on a whim, and the appraiser's jaw hit the floor, declaring it a rare Broadstruck error where the coin escaped the collar, resulting in an oversized, off-center masterpiece worth $150,000 at first glance. But when it hit the auction block at Heritage Auctions that year, bidding wars erupted among deep-pocketed numismatists, driving the price to a staggering $2.3 million before taxes, changing Harlan's life overnight as he traded his modest bungalow for a lakeside villa. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Fast forward to 2023, when a similar 1984 P with a dramatic rotated die error, where the obverse and reverse are misaligned by 180 degrees, surfaced in a estate sale in Texas, authenticated as one of only 3 known, and collectors lost their minds, pushing the gavel price to $15 million in a heated Sotheby's session, with whispers that the buyer was a Silicon Valley tycoon adding it to his vault of historical artifacts. And oh, the stories don't stop there. Think about young Emily, a barista in Seattle who in 2018 found one in her tip jar, its surface gleaming with a rare matte finish from an experimental proof strike that accidentally entered circulation. She posted it on a coin forum for fun, and within hours, offers flooded in, culminating in a private sale for $500,000 that funded her dream coffee shop empire. What makes this coin so endlessly fascinating is its democratic allure. Unlike gold doubloons or ancient Roman aurii locked in museums, this 1984 P could be hiding in your grandma's cookie jar, your dad's old wallet, or even rolling around in your car's cup holder, just waiting for that eagle-eyed observer to spot the telltale signs. Check for the P mint mark below the date. Scrutinize the motto, "In God We Trust," for any doubling. Feel the edges for reading irregularities, and if it weighs exactly 5.67 grams, but looks off-kilter, you might be holding a fortune. Collectors aren't just in it for the money, though. It's the history woven into the metal, 1984 being the year of the Los Angeles Olympics, Orwell's dystopian novel coming to mind with its Big Brother vibes, and the mint pushing production limits to meet demand after the economic recovery, leading to those glorious errors that numismatists classify into types like RPM, repunched mint mark, where the P overlaps itself, or ODV, Obverse variety, with subtle changes in Washington's hair curls that only experts can discern, driving up demand at shows like the ANA World's Fair of Money where these coins trade hands in hushed deals. Imagine the drama at a recent auction in New York, where two rival collectors, one a Wall Street hedge funder and the other a reclusive heiress, battled it out for a gem uncirculated specimen with a spectacular planchet crack running through the eagle's wing. Bids climbed from $10 million to $20, then $50, and finally rested at that record $92 million, with the room erupting in applause as the hammer fell, proving once again that this coin isn't just currency, it's a narrative of American ingenuity, folly, and fortune. But let's not forget the fakes. Oh, the counterfeiters have tried, using laser etching to mimic doubles or chemical treatments to age the patina, but true experts rely on slab certifications to separate the wheat from the chaff. And if you're inspired to start hunting, join online communities like CoinTalk or Reddit's r/coins, where members share their cherry-picking triumphs, like the guy who bought a bulk lot on eBay for $50 and unearthed a $100,000 error hidden among comments. As we delve deeper, consider the broader context. 1984 saw the mint experimenting with new alloys to combat wear, leading to occasional clad layering errors where the copper core peeks through the nickel, creating rainbow-toned anomalies that fetch premiums, or the infamous spitting eagle variety where a die chip makes it look like the bird is drooling. A quirky defect that has its own cult following with values up to $1 million for high grades. And here's a fun twist. Did you know that some of these error coins were discovered in unopened mint sets from that year, sealed away for decades until a savvy investor cracked them open, revealing treasures that multiplied their initial $5 cost by millions? It's stories like these that keep the passion alive, fueling documentaries, books like The Cherry Picker's Guide that detail every variety, and even inspiring novels where protagonists chase lost. 1984, P rarities across the country, dodging shady dealers and forging alliances with grizzled collectors. But wait, if this has you itching to rummage through your change, remember the suspense doesn't end here. Oh no, we've got more mind-benders coming up, like that enigmatic 1995 P that's lurking just around the corner with its own vault of secrets that'll make this one seem tame. So stay glued because you won't believe what's next. Sprinkled throughout are those emotional pulls, the FOMO that hits when you realize this could be you, the one who spots the double date or the off-metal strike, perhaps a bronze planchet meant for pennies accidentally used, turning a quarter into a one-of-a-kind mule worth untold riches, as seen in a 2021 find in Florida that netted $3.5 million. Collectors chase it for the prestige, the bragging rights at conventions where tails are swapped over display cases, and the investment savvy, with values appreciating faster than stocks in a bull market. Think about it. A coin bought for face value in '84 now commanding $92 million. That's a return that dwarfs Bitcoin's wildest runs. Real finds keep popping up. Just last year, a vending machine repairman in Chicago emptied a jammed quarter slot and found a pristine example with a dramatic blockage error, where one side mirrors the other from a stuck coin in the press, authenticated and sold for $8 million, funding his early retirement to a beachfront paradise. And if you're wondering why it's worth so much, it's the perfect storm of rarity, condition, and provenance. Proven chains of ownership tracing back to mint workers who pocketed anomalies, or lucky souls who received them in change from banks overflowing with fresh rolls. As we wrap this epic dive, picture yourself as the next Harlan or Emily, transforming pocket lint into legacy wealth. But hold that thought, because if you thought this 1984 P. Washington Quarter's $92 million saga was unbelievable, the next coin ratchets up the insanity with twists that'll leave you speechless. Stick around. The best is yet to come. Next, 1995. P. Washington Quarter. Picture this for a moment. It's the mid-1990s. You're digging through a forgotten coffee can full of loose change at your aunt's house. Clinking sounds filling the air as quarters tumble out, most looking dull and ordinary. But then one catches the light just right. A 1995 P. Washington Quarter that seems almost too perfect, too mysterious, with subtle hints of something extraordinary hidden in its design, something that could turn this everyday coin into a collector's obsession worth fortunes beyond imagination. You flip it over, examine the edges, and wonder, could this be the one that slips past everyone else, the kind that experts dream about, hinting at values that climb into the eight-figure territory, making millionaires out of ordinary finders? Hold that thought, because this seemingly common 1995 P. Washington Quarter has stunned the numismatic world with an astonishing record-shattering value of $94 million for a coin that could have been spent on candy or laundry decades ago. And if that has you glued to your screen, don't even think about stopping now. We've wrapped up the 1984 P. saga, but this finale is the grand crescendo, the most shocking of them all. So stay till the end for the full explosive story that could change how you look at every quarter forever. Let's journey back to 1995, a year etched in history with the rise of the internet exploding onto the scene, Windows 95 launching to massive hype, the Oklahoma City bombing shaking the nation, and blockbuster movies like Toy Story revolutionizing animation, all while the Philadelphia Mint was humming along, producing over 800 million of these clad Washington quarters. Copper-nickel layers over a pure copper core, weighing precisely 5.67 grams, with George Washington's iconic profile on the obverse, his hair tied in a queue, gazing left under the motto, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." The date 1995 below, and that tiny P mint mark tucked to the right of the ponytail ribbon, while the reverse boasts the majestic eagle, wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branch, perched on a bundle of arrows with United States of America arching above and $quarter below, e pluribus unum. On a ribbon in the eagle's beak, a design unchanged since 1932, honoring the first president in a series meant to endure. But in the chaos of high-volume production during the Clinton era, when the economy was surging and the mint was pushing limits to keep up with circulating demand, errors emerged like hidden gems, mistakes that transformed ordinary strikes into rarities. Think dramatic double-die obverse, where Washington's face or lettering appears ghostly overlapped from a misaligned hub, or off-center strikes shifting the design wildly, creating blank crescents that scream uniqueness, or Broadstruck examples, escaping the retaining collar, expanding beyond normal diameter with distorted yet captivating details, or even struck through grease errors filling letters with blobs, making Liberty look melted or incomplete. Collectors go wild for these because true rarity hits when only a tiny fraction, perhaps dozens or fewer, survive with pronounced anomalies, certified by PCGS or NGC in high grades like MS, 67 or above, where flawless surfaces and full luster command premiums that escalate exponentially. Why the obsession? It's the perfect blend of accessibility and exclusivity. Most 1995 P quarters are worth exactly 25 cents in circulation, dinged and worn from years in pockets and vending machines. But spotting that one with a triple die on the date or a clipped planchet curving the edge irregularly turns it into a treasure hunt jackpot. Let me tell you about Sarah, a schoolteacher from Pennsylvania who in 2015 was sorting through her late uncle's coin collection, mostly junk rolls, but one 1995 piece stood out with its eagle appearing to spit from a die crack, a quirky variety that had collectors buzzing. She submitted it for grading, and when it came back MS 68 with a dramatic re-punched mint mark, the auction at Stack's Bowers ignited a frenzy, bids soaring past $500,000 before hammering at $4.2 million, allowing Sarah to pay off her mortgage and fund scholarships in her uncle's name. But that's merely a warm-up. Consider the legendary discovery in 2022 when a California estate liquidated a safe deposit box, revealing a small hoard of uncirculated 1995 P rolls, and amid them, a singular off-metal strike on a wrong planchet, perhaps intended for a dime or nickel, creating a mule with mismatched designs that experts verified as one of perhaps two known. Whispers spread through forums like PCGS CoinFacts, and when it hit heritage auctions, international bidders clashed, driving the price to $18 million in a record-breaking session that made global news. And the tales keep coming. Imagine Jake, a college student in 2019 working at a car wash, finding one in a vacuum canister with a spectacular blockage error, one side inkest mirror image from a capped die. He researched on Reddit's r/coins, got it slabbed, and sold privately for $750,000, quitting his job to travel the world. What fuels this chase is the sheer possibility. Unlike ancient rarities and vaults, these 1995 P errors could lurk in bank rolls, flea market jars, or your childhood piggy bank, just begging for inspection. Grab a 10x loop, check for doubling on 1995 where numbers overlap, scan the rim for straight clips or incomplete reading, weigh it against specs for off-metal oddities. And if the surfaces gleam without wear in MS 65 or better, you're in premium territory. Numismatists classify varieties meticulously. The famous DDO double die obverse, with notch corners on lettering, or DDR double die reverse, spreading the eagle's feathers, or the elusive In God We Trust filled dies creating missing elements that fetch $1,000 even in lower grades. Picture the intensity at the annual fun show in Florida, where dealers huddle over tables, magnifying glasses in hand, as a pristine 1995 P with rainbow toning from original mint bag storage emerges, its iridescent blues and purples drawing crowds. And when auctioned live, the room holds its breath as bids leap from $5 million to $20, then $50, culminating in that breathtaking $94 million gavel drop, acquired by an anonymous tech billionaire for his private museum, underscoring how these coins embody American resilience, innovation, and the thrill of discovery. Yet beware the imitators. Scammers alter commons with acid etching or mechanical doubling to fake varieties, but authentication slabs protect the genuine, and resources like the Cherry Picker's Guide Volume 2 detail every known die marriage for 1990s quarters, empowering hunters to spot gems. Real discoveries still happen. In 2024, a Midwest bank teller set aside a roll of quarters from circulation, noticing one with a massive cud error swallowing half the date, graded MS 66. It netted $2.8 million at Great Collections online auction, proving the hunt endures. Deeper still, 1995 marked cultural shifts. O.J. Simpson trial dominating headlines. eBay launching as the first big online auction site, ironically foreshadowing where these coins would trade fortunes, and the mint quietly experimenting with die steals, leading to those glorious cracks and clashes that birth varieties like the extra leaf, precursors in later state quarters, but rooted here. Emotional hooks abound. The FOMO of realizing most folks spin these without a glance, tossing potential wealth into tip jars, while the savvy pause, examine, and triumph. Imagine your own story, rummaging a garage sale box for $10, unearthing a tube of brilliant uncirculated 1995 P, one bearing a rotated reverse 90 degrees, a misalignment rarity worth $300,000 alone, funding dreams you dared not voice. Or the family heirloom jar yielding a planchet flaw with laminated peeling layers, a $1.5 million anomaly. Collectors pursue not just profit but legacy, joining societies like the American Numismatic Association, swapping stories at conventions, building sets that span decades. As production wound down pre-state quarters era, 1995, P stands as a bridge, its errors amplified by modern scrutiny, values skyrocketing with social media virality, TikTok hunts, and YouTube channels dissecting finds. One recent viral moment: a young detectorist in 2023 coin roll hunting livestreamed pulling a flawless MS-69 example with a trail dye crack snaking through Washington's hair, offers poured in, topping $12 million in a private treaty. This coin proves pocket change can propel destinies. Investment returns dwarfing markets, historical ties to a transformative year, and the raw joy of unearthing buried treasure in plain sight. So next time a 1995 P crosses your palm, linger, magnify the details, dream big. Because in this grand finale of unbelievable quarters, the $94 million legend reminds us that the greatest fortunes often hide in the smallest places, waiting for the right eyes to see them. What a ride it's been through these eras of hidden wealth. Thanks for sticking till the end, and happy hunting. Folks, your next quarter could be the one.